often get thrilled when we get to hear that someone is moving from India to abroad, that is in USA for the work culture. But trust me, there are so many things that one needs to go through while moving along the way. Hey, hi everyone, welcome to IND to NRI series, where today we have with us Shivani Shah, all the way from New Jersey, America, who is here to share with us and discuss about the realities, the challenges and the important life decisions that one needs to make while moving abroad. Hi Shivani, how are you?
Hi Shweta, I'm good. How are you?
All good. So let me start with the very first question to you. How many years it has been to you since you are staying in US, and what kind of challenges you faced while you were moving abroad?
So I've been there over 25 years, Shweta, and there are a lot of challenges people will face when they move from their home country to a completely foreign, different culture. So first of all, I had a really good education. I had a master's in India from a really good institute, and I had a very good job. I was working for an Indian MNC in brand management. When I went to US, the market was really bad. It was at a time when their economy was going through recession, and won when I was there. Yeah. So that was a year when the West Coast, like the Silicon Valley, had gone through the dot-com bust. Okay. So people from the top institutes of like business schools were jobless. So I went there at a very, very bad time, so to speak, and I had to struggle a lot to get my foot in the door as far as my career goes. So I had my education, my experience did not matter at all. I was just coming from a foreign country, landing there with no American, I didn't have an American degree, I did not have American experience, and there were no jobs. So I had to start at the very bottom and struggle and make my way up, and it took me a few years to finally get into the kind of roles that I wanted. And then the second, the other challenge everybody faces is not having your family. You're completely alone and you have to do everything on your own without family.
I definitely understand that, Shivani. Could you just describe me what kind of challenges you faced in the initial timeline when you went all there, and if you're comfortable with that, sharing with us?
Yeah, like I said, finding a job was hard. It was difficult, especially because I was an Indian who did not have a degree from America, and who had not worked in America, and the job market was really bad.
And how did you manage to be there part of it?
So I had to take whatever job came. It was like not related to my education, not related to anything, to my experience and my skill. I just had to take a job and start from there. Yes, and then just struggled until I could finally, in a few years, get into the kind of job I wanted to do.
All right, so was this your own decision or someone guided you to move to US?
So I had moved to US for my family reasons. So it was some personal reasons I had moved to US. But when I moved, I was pretty much for several years on my own. So yeah. And it was okay because I was a very adventurous young person. It did not really faze me in that sense. It was exciting. So it wasn't a sacrifice or anything. I think I did it fully knowing that this was what I wanted to do at that time.
Your family supported it for that?
Yeah. So yeah, my family is very supportive. So it was pretty okay.
That's really good. All right, moving ahead with the questions. What kind of a misconception you faced there in America? I mean, if in case Americans often have that misconceptions regarding Indians, sometimes maybe related to racism and many more.
So yeah, I think racism is definitely there, but I think the biggest misconception that they might have, we're talking about 25 years ago. Things are very different now. I think India is really on the world stage. It's an important country, it's a powerful country. So the amount of ignorance people have about India is not like it was 25 years ago. I would hope that people are better aware of India. But I think one of the things many people assumed was that Indians are either less educated or don't speak English.
Back 25 years back, right?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people might have thought that we don't speak English. We actually speak very good English because majority of education in India is in English medium. So I think that might have been surprising to some people as to how good I could speak. That probably was one. And then there are many racist stereotypes which are not true, which are mainly rooted in ignorance or arrogance or racism, basically. So those things are not really true, but they exist because people are not informed and biased. But if you talk about actual misconception, one of those that I saw was that people would be surprised that I speak very good English.
Of course. So it's been a while since you are staying in New Jersey. When you went to USA, did you initially settle yourself in New Jersey or were you staying anywhere else?
No, I first went to Los Angeles and I lived in Los Angeles for the first 3 years, and then I moved to New Jersey after 3 years.
I've seen that today several Indians are leading some of the company giants and with some top positions. Things have changed, perceptions have changed. Would you like to elaborate a little more on that, since you have been a part of the corporate world for all this while?
Yeah, I think that Indians have always punched above our weight, meaning in proportion to how much percentage of population Indians are, our achievement is much higher. So for example, if I'm just making this example, it's not accurate figures, but let's say the white population is 60% and the black population is 20%, and so on. So Indians are still very small percent of the US population overall. But if you see the percent of Indians in the top leadership of companies, it's much higher than any other group of people compared relative to their size in the population. So Indians are exceedingly successful and do really well because we are very highly educated, we are very hardworking, and we have a work ethic. So we have a lot to offer, and that's why so many Indians are, in global leadership of big companies. I cannot comment if this makes any difference in how they are viewed as Indians, because when you are this global CEO of a company and you are leading global teams, you're not just leading Indians, you're not just leading Americans, you're leading their entire team. You are their CEO. So I am not sure that I think they're seen as their leader or CEO, but I'm not sure they're seen as an Indian at that point, And I'm also not sure if a lot of people, especially the ones who migrated in the 80s and 90s, really showed that they were Indians. A lot of them anglicized their names. A lot of them really did not show their Indian identity so much. So I'm not sure about that. I think they are respected highly as leaders, and that the fact that they're Indian probably is an afterthought, because that's their identity ethnically, but it's not the main thing that is, I guess, acknowledged about them.
Shivani, people often say that America teaches you independence, and India is well known for its family values. What would be your take on this? Do you find is it true as per you, or is there any kind of difference to this?
I think it is true. America requires you to be independent, but in its own way, America also highly values family.
Is it?
Yes. It is very different from India. In India, it's not just family value, it's community value. True. A neighborhood is like one big family. That is not the case in America. You are an independent individual and your neighbor may or may not know your last name. But when it comes to family values, I have found America respects family values more. as much as India, if not more. And I'll give you an example. Yeah, so if you look at corporate life, job, work life, I have not seen respect for family as much as I've seen in America. And I've worked in India also. So this is my honest feedback. In India, there's long work hours and sometimes it comes at the cost of your family. That rarely happens in America. Your personal life is your personal life, and unless you are in a very key, important role, you will not be getting a phone call on a weekend or after work hours. If you have children and you let your employer know that you have to be away for their needs, or there's immense amount of respect for that, which I think is a little hard to do here. That's why there's so many single parents. For example, single parents in US with no family can still have a career and raise their children and be there for their children, which I'm not saying it's not here in India. I have not been in India for 25 years, so I cannot comment. When I worked here earlier, I found it a little difficult to balance my family life with my work life. So in that sense, both have family value. And yes, America has a lot of individuality, which sometimes can be lonely. In the loneliness sense, yeah, it is very lonely. You will never be lonely in India. You will always have community in India. That is a big difference. So emotionally, India is very warm and loving, which is not true in America. But on the other hand, India has a big community feeling. America also has very strong family value in that sense.
That's absolutely true, Shivani. In fact, moving along the list, I had a similar question to ask to you about one Indian value that American society should adopt. But now I think I should change my question to one in American thing that India should definitely adopt.
Okay, so I think I can answer both questions.
Definitely.
One Indian value that I wish Americans would adopt, the number one Indian value, is warmth. Indians are very warm. Indians have a lot of heart. Even if they don't know you, they can care about you.
Absolutely.
You can go anywhere in India and meet strangers and they will take care of you for no reason. That will never happen in US. It is much more transactional. You don't feel like a heart connection a lot of the times. It's very hard to get. But if there's one value that Indians should adopt from America, okay, I would say, yeah, Indian corporations, if they still have a hard, a difficult time balancing work and life, balance, probably that's something they can certainly learn from America. The other thing is punctuality and being on time. That is something I feel India has a different rhythm, and it works for India. So I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing, but Indians are always late. so that may be something.
To add to my list, Shivani, one piece of advice for the young Indians who want to work abroad or maybe study abroad, especially in US.
Today we are looking at a different India. When it comes to opportunity, back in the 80s and 90s, the opportunity here was not there. So the people, when they went from here, they had very good education. They were engineers from IITs and, business management graduates from IIMs and things like that. And they went there and made their careers in America or overseas, and they did exceedingly well and made a ton of money. That's what everybody back home saw, that, so-and-so who went there is living like kings. But that is not true anymore. Number one, India is a completely different landscape now. The opportunity in India is so much more. And the opportunity there is getting limited. India is Indian economy is growing faster than, for example, American economy. There are more jobs here than over there. So any young person who wants to go overseas should really understand why they want to go. Like, is there a real reason that you want to give up the comforts of your home, your family and everything and go there for what? Just for the grind? That doesn't make sense to me. So you should really think about what you're getting yourself into. And I'm not saying it's all bad. I know people go there and still make very good choices and very good life. So all I'm saying is think before, so that you know what you're going there for. So if you do decide to go to America, keep your parents informed where you are. Make sure you are safe. If you feel there is any racism or you feel threatened, immediately ensure your safety, whether it's talking to authorities or, just ensure that you're safe. Those are the first things you should do. Evaluate how life is that the life you want, and if you do, then give it your best shot. And America is a land of opportunity. If you are hardworking, if you are smart, chances are that you are going to do really well. So just those things,
That's really good piece of advice at your end, Shivani. All right, so my one last question to you. What makes you a true Indian? True Indian.
So this is a very good question for me, because my first identity is that I'm a Hindu. Hindu identity is deeply connected to India. Okay, India is the land of Hindus. So my first identity is that I'm a Hindu. My second identity is that I'm an Indian. So when I identify myself like that, what being an Indian means to me is that I am deeply connected to and respectful of my roots. I love my home country, and I am proud to be an Indian Hindu, to be a Hindu from India. Those are some of the things that are important to me, and also because of that, I make every effort to make sure that I'm committed to my roots, to my heritage, that I practice my tradition, and that I keep it alive in my everyday life. I make the conscious choice to do that every day. So yeah, those are some of the things what it means for me to be an Indian.
A piece of advice every Indian should adopt while moving abroad. And thanks a lot for giving your
Thank you.
giving your valuable time to us, and I definitely believe that our viewers would have loved this entire session.
Thank you, Shweta. Thanks for having me.